Clap them. One, boy. Now clap them.
I just got a little bit of wine left, y'all. Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. We'll be cursing in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds. In the meantime, in between time, we are your hosts, as always.
I know that's Black Pedro.
I am Black Pedro, and this guy is Shang.
I am Shang, and I am Shang, and again, was working with a comic AC. Shout out to. Unfortunately, I'm feeling Detroit. Even though
AC.
Yeah, I did the radio with him earlier today.
Oh man, that's the bro.
Yeah, he's funny.
Bro, I went to high school with the mother of his child.
Yeah, so, he's funny.
You know, Detroit it's a small world like that.
Well, some people in Detroit are funny, and some are just.
Hey man, we do what we can.
No, I'm kidding, man.
But when we do what we do, some New Yorkers are funny, and some of y'all
a lot of are just garbage. I'm garbage. I'm hot trash. But you know what? I'm trash that's valuable.
Yeah, at least you're hot, kid. Yeah. Savage AF, man. Forget your feelings. Facts matter. I think I already cursed, but we're gonna get into
it. Bomber Cloud, what you do?
Why y'all going?
Why you do it? Why you cuss so fast, pussy boy?
Typically, I wasn't raised right.
Yeah, apparently.
We are here for you guys Monday through Friday, or at least sometime during the week, with hours of content. So I don't know why you're complaining, but
I'm fed up with their activities. I'm fed up with with the people that follow the show and don't share the show. And you're all of you are dirty little whores, and you need your bottom powdered and beaten.
I actually didn't realize that. But here's the thing, guys. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram simultaneously. So if you ever miss us live, like you're on drugs, man.
Come on, man.
Bro, like your whole life is like spiraling, man.
I see the people in the feed, and I want you to know something. You're not as cool as you think you are.
Your life is spiraling. Your whole life.
You see the information down there scrolling. Subscribe to the youtube.com/C/SavageAF World. You understand the situation. You understand the basically you understand the mission. And the mission is go to our YouTube channel, use your little dirty, little stingy fingers, and do this. Click the goddamn bell. Let me tell you again. And you know what? Go get your mother. I am tired of your activities.
It's not that difficult. I feel like the instructions are pretty clear, guys.
They're pretty clear. And I don't understand why you don't understand that. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Use your thumbs. Give us thumbs up. And go to what's the Facebook at Meta World?
No. For those who have been like kicked off of, YouTube or whatever, just know that Facebook is there for you guys. Like it's right there. So Savage A.F. It's right above our heads there. Savage A.F. on Facebook. Also, give us you get the thumbs up, but like more important than Facebook, YouTube, friends, family, loved ones, emotions, clarity in your mind, whatever.
Oxygen. More important than oxygen.
More important than air.
Okay, so there's
Instagram.
There's a young man out here that is hailing from Detroit. It does jokes and makes them funny. I need you to do me a favor, people. Yeah, put your hands up and give up one time to follow @Black Pedro. Do your thing and make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Because if it ain't happen, Booty clapping. Let's go now. I tell you
Hey,
right now. And there's another young man who's actually not young. He's old. Old as shit. I mean, old as dirt. Old and grimy.
hey,
I saw
somebody.
him riding a brontosaurus to high school. That's how
Mhm.
old he is. But God damn it, you can follow him and make your life better at Comedian Shang. Let's go, baby. And
Hey,
finally, and never last, but first, but not last.
listen, but never. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what it is. Make sure you follow at Black Pedro and Comedian Shang on Threads. One time I had some cool threads, and the bitch that I was with stole them.
She that you know what? She was a thread thief. That's all good, man. Listen, over on my IG, just so you don't know I'm lying, one of the greatest hosts at the comedy.
Damn, just so you know, it's not fraudulent.
Just so you know, just as it's all live. One of the greatest hosts at the Comedy Chateau, North Hollywood. Give it up for Joe Dallo. He's on there. I
Joe
got
Dallo.
Andy
Let me.
Aqua,
Joe
Fuego.
Dallo. A little
You
story
know,
about Joe Dallo, very quickly.
yeah, get
Joe
it.
Dallo
Mhm.
actually you solicited his body to
Mm.
get through college.
Hey man, if you saw his body back then, you'd pay for it.
I'm just telling
Uh,
you, he did a pretty good job.
I got the juice. Light skinned Thundercat. Okay, that's a whole new one. Lou
Dun, dun,
Medic
dun, dun,
out here.
dun, dun, dun. You got some people on
Light
there.
skinned and angry this evening is what Lou Medic says. But brother, we're always angry.
Hey
And
man, I invented light skin angry man. Get in line. I
yeah,
was the
yeah.
first
And
light
the
skin
shade in
angry
the
dude.
tone. Yeah, the
Yeah,
shade in the tone is just
yeah. I
a
mean,
cloud cover. You know, it's sunny today, so I'm gonna be a little darker. Shane gonna stay light, but it's all good. It
yeah.
really
I mean, and for all the
over
people,
on
LG. I mean,
that was
LG.
oh, do you see him over on our YouTube page? You got LG
Is that
Dream.
LG?
I got Breezy JJ's. I got
Okay,
Treehead. She
tree
woke
head.
up from her weed nap. Damani Jones is here. I appreciate y'all for being here. All right, let's get started, man. It's Tuesday,
Let's
June.
get it started. Uh.
It's June 18th, 2024, in the time space continuum. Savage A,
That was
fuck
my
your feelings.
hammer, and you gave me no
Tax me.
props.
No, no,
Um,
no, no. I
That was
saw
a
what
good
you
hammer,
did.
man. I don't know,
Well, the
Pedro.
thing is, you
You
did it. You're
disappointed
doing
me.
it in a chair, and it's hard. Like, cause Hammer was really working the quads at that time.
All
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So when you
Okay, you
do it
got me there.
in the air, it's just kind of like, and you don't really have the flared out Hammer pants. You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't. I'm not. By the
Yeah,
way,
man. Because it really wasn't. The
what?
Hammer dance wasn't about the hands, and you were working those.
Okay, man. Just do the intro, man. Thanks a
I'm
lot.
sorry. No, no, no. Because
No,
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 you
that's all
wanted
right,
to
man.
highlight.
Let me tell you something, Pedro.
You
You
wanted credit
you
for
hurt my feelings with every word that falls out of your mouth.
snap.
I expected you as a friend to say, look at my friend Shang
Yeah.
rock that hammer dance. Instead, I get critique. Just go
No,
on, man.
no, but no. LG knows what I'm talking about.
Well, LG,
It's
whatever.
it's the quad work, right? It's the pumps and the bump, right? Like, and you gotta have both, dog. And just like being in the chair and moving side to side with your hands doing like this, like it doesn't pay homage to Hammer.
I'm
And we
offended.
need hammerage or hammer to homage or homage to Hammer. Either way, he did what he did. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just typewriter. What did Damani say? Ankles used to hurt doing that Chinese typewriter. So okay, and I don't even know why it needs to be Chinese. I feel like all typewriters kind of move the same.
Well, I can tell you why, because the people in
We
this
call
feed,
it the hammer dance. Did y'all call it the Chinese typewriter?
yeah, the people in this feed are racist.
I'm like,
Let's just,
Damani Jones, explain. Where
well,
you was just
he's a
y'all was in
racist.
Texas like that's how Chinese people move their fate. And then it's like a typewriter because it's like they writing with their
Yeah, I
feet.
know that's just pure unadulterated racism. Welcome to the Republican Party.
We're at the border, guys. Savage AF, man. Fuck your feelings, facts matter. Again, it's 313. It's 3:13 p.m. on the West Coast. That's Detroit time. What up, though? Let's get into it, man. We're gonna close today. It's June 18th, 2024.
Yeah, I don't even have.
Listen, I want to talk about Blackestinians. Okay. Yeah, I made up a word. All words are made up.
There's Blackestinians. I've heard of those.
Let's talk about it. But before we get into that, I do want to ask that critical question that we always ask on that show. And when we ask it, it always sounds like this.
Motherfucker say what? Yeah. Motherfucker say what? Say yeah.
Okay. So we punching black children again. Motherfuckers say what?
You know what? This story, I want us to talk about it, but I gotta say, I condone it. I think
no. Now let's play the clip and then we'll talk about it on the other side. Give me a minute and a half, y'all. I'm talking about 86 seconds.
A student was attacked by an adult male simply based on his race.
Students from Whatcom Middle School were walking back from a field trip nearby, and they happened to be right in front of the police station when a man suddenly crossed the street and punched an 11-year-old black student in the face, chipping his tooth. According to the police report, the suspect, 42-year-old Paul Bittner, also pushed the boy and made a statement to the effect of, "Are you going to talk to a white man like that?"
These set of circumstances is extremely rare. In fact, in my 20 years of doing this job, I've never seen anything like this. It's not conducive to our community. It's absolutely disgusting, and we don't see that very often at all.
The incident was caught on surveillance cameras at the police station, and a teacher followed the suspect until officers were able to arrest him nearby. Officers say the suspect continued to use racial slurs. Ryan Ferris's son was on that same field trip with the victim.
It's just a terrible thing. I hope he recovers, and I hope the community recovers, and I think there'll probably be some lessons to be learned about it.
The victim's father spoke at the suspect's bail hearing this week with the support of more than 30 community members at his side to make sure he and his family knew they're not alone in this.
We have all been through it. We know what they're going through. And at its heart, we just want it to stop.
And
right, so we got 42-year-old white man out here punching 11-year-old black children in the face.
I kind of.
By the way, shout out to the 11-year-old for only getting his tooth chipped. What's your thing, Shane? Hold on.
I have two-sided to this because right now, I despise children, but at this point in my life,
just right now,
they are the true deplorables. But the lady said we've been through it and we just wanted to stop. I can tell you how to make it stop. Put that dude, the 42-year-old man that chipped the dude's tooth and the young man's tooth, and put him in the room with the father, and hope the father got hands, and let the father settle it.
You know, it's an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, I think that we need to chip his tooth. In fact, he should get jumped by every nigga that was wrongly put in jail at the same time.
So, you know, for me, what up, cuz? I see Sweet Louis Goodness over on
who the fuck is Sweet Louis Goodness?
That's my cousin, dog. That's my homie. I grew up.
Your cousin is he traffics whores.
No,
you do not have a name called Sweet.
He has a whole
Louis. If your name starts with Sweet and Louis in the middle,
no, listen,
you are a pimp. No. He's a pimp.
Sweet Willie is always a dude in the hood.
Okay, so let me just ask you.
Sweet Louis is just the younger brother.
Is this your cousin? Is he from Michigan?
No, really my cousin from. Come on, bro.
Okay, well, let me ask your cousin before we move on.
These are Instagram handles, man. They're not real names.
I'm just saying, how many?
My name is not Black Pedro.
How many gaiters and socks and pants do you have that are the same color? We got to start there, bro.
No, we're more the preppy set. We're khakis, polos. You see, I have on polka dots today, dog. Like, you know, listen, Pink Gators, my Detroit players, is just what Biggie saw that night.
No, I've seen them in real life in Detroit. They are absolutely.
You know, I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
It is.
It's not like the whole. It's like, it's not like New York where niggas like hoop in Pink Gators. Like in New York, y'all wear Timbs to church. your grandma's funeral,
Because you don't know when you got to stomp
basketball
somebody out,
tournament,
man.
high school, middle
Right.
school,
Say you at
middle
church
school,
and somebody's singing off key.
job
You got
interviews,
to stomp
niggas
that
be on
nigga.
Wall Street with Tim's.
Yeah.
That's not an answer. Yeah, it's not an answer.
I think it is. I think it is.
Why?
Yeah, I think it is. I
don't
want
have anything. Like, you don't need traction like that at the motherfucking, you know what I mean? Like down at the goddamn what they call it, the pier, what is it? The piers, the pier thing or whatever. You know what I mean? Like y'all niggas be at the Ferris wheel or whatever the fuck.
Well, we can dunk at Rutgers. I've seen
Niggas
people
be at
dunk
Coney
in
Island.
Yeah, a Tim's are mid-90s NYC genius. Oh, shots fired. Listen, leave
I'm saying,
Black Pedro alone.
I'm saying New York never got out of that.
That is. There might be a point. The point is,
that's how y'all.
I'm going to circle back.
Hip hop.
I'm going to. No.
It's janitor Tim's. Nigga, it's like I feel like there's a bubble gum of Tim's in New York right now. That's like you got Subway Tim's and work Tim's and basketball.
Look, Pedro, you're 30 years off. Damn it!
He said you're 30. Tim's.
You're 30 years off.
And Tim's and Lems, and then we got the Tim Duncans, and then that's when you're playing basketball. And then
you are getting roasted by YT Johnson saying.
YT Johnson only comes here to say dumb shit to me.
Okay, that's true. All right, but I'm gonna say this dumb shit. No, I don't think
everybody in New York still wears Tim's YT.
They do wear Tim's.
You not in New York if you're saying that, nigga. Bro. If you telling me Timberland, bro, if niggas in New York weren't wearing Tim's, Timberland wouldn't be a company anymore.
Yeah, it would be over.
Like it would not. Bro,
YT, enough.
There aren't enough lumberjacks, nigga, to actually be wearing Timberlands.
Stop calling Pedro
niggas names. In the hood in the summer at a pool party with jean shorts and a motherfucking white tank top in Tim's at the pool. The Timbs are in the pool.
See what you did, YT?
Fuck! New York niggas put Tim's in the pool.
Hey.
Nigga, like they slides,
Pedro,
nigga. And they not slides.
Listen to the music. Listen to the music.
Right. You right, Shane. You right, bro.
Okay. We're so glad we got the music. You know, hey, it's getting close to sundown. Listen, back to the abominable soul man punching the Negro child. What now? That's just flat out assault. What are they going to do with it? What are they? What was his charge for punching this black child? And you know that the uncle, the aunts, everybody wanted a piece of this dude. And if he gets to go home, they're gonna find him. Because I remember the one dude talked shit where he was threatening the young kid. And he said, "You can come to my address. I'll be there." And then about 900 black
people showed up, and he is not in the HOA no more.
Come on outside, motherfucker! Like, yeah. But what is the charge for punching a black kid nowadays? What is it? Community service? What is it?
I mean, apparently. According to this, maybe it's just some apologies or whatnot, but
apologies, that's assault. If you chip this young man's tooth, that is assault.
This is a child abuse.
Yeah, that's assault, period.
This is child abuse.
Point blank, you should go to jail. And it's the terroristic threats, and it is it is considered it's a
you gonna talk crime. To a white man like this is apparently what he said.
No, I know, but this is a federal crime because it's a hate crime.
It's a hate crime.
So it being a hate crime, the fact the cops caught up with him and he was still spewing out his little bitch ass.
When the cops got him,
he still was
racist.
He still was calling us all kind of names. So the bottom line is,
all right,
these snow heathens do need to be checked. That's why every time I see
milk monkeys, are you talking about milk monkeys?
Yes. When I see
ice crickets,
yeah. When I see I see white rice getting smushed, I actually feel good.
Rice.
But I'm also
white
racist.
people in your head.
I'm not racist. I'm prejudiced because every time I watch a boxing match,
You judge it.
I want the black dude to win because I feel like we lose at so many things else in society. Give us this. Let us knock you the fuck out.
Round 3.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I don't like Caitlin Clark. Probably, I mean, undercurrent of
She
not
ain't
liking
doing
Caitlin
nothing,
Clark,
dog.
even though
She
she
hit a
didn't do
couple
nothing.
3-pointers, and these black women are slapping the shit out of her on the court.
Yeah, I mean, and
for her ancestors, but
I mean underneath the logic and the rationale, I still don't. I want to see her fail. I was happy that Boston Celtics, even though I don't like Boston, won just to see Luca, who they were hailing as the next Jordan, take a huge L.
but now you have a bunch of Negroes who won a championship for a bunch of crackers in Boston.
Right? It's always levels of
Boston.
fuckery.
I said it. Not every one of you are that, but some of y'all are that. So be
No,
it.
but Boston,
You know it.
it's the Chris Rock joke. It's the Chris Rock joke. I was walking through South Africa. Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was actually Boston. The thing is that this white man felt that he could walk away after busting a kid in the mouth, a black child in the mouth, and say racist shit.
Yeah.
And they right now, the Trump effect, I call it the Trumplican orc effect, is they feel comfortable to do all kind of shit and not have consequences. And that's why, because Trump feel he doesn't need the consequences. He actually is upset about it. And this how pussy boy,
What y'all go on, Nate?
being pussy boy,
Yeah,
crush ya. This is why I say white people are the snowflake of snowflakes. When the judicial system was working against black people, putting them in jail for no fucking reason. One guy got arrested because he was eating a sandwich, and there's an ordinance. You're not allowed to eat a sandwich outside of certain restaurants.
One
Okay?
time.
And wanted to take him to jail. Then he said, well, I'm not taking you to jail for the food. I'm taking you to jail because you're resisting arrest. He said, no, I'm just asking you, what did I do? So I personally think that these white people are in such fear. That's why he attacked a child. He didn't go over and attack, a full-grown man that looked like it could hurt him. He attacked a child, and I really do think they're upset about feeling they're delusional. Pedro, they're delusional.
There's no justification for a full-grown man punching an 11-year-old child. Like unless the child really has a gun, and it's like just blasting off on.
Or if it's one of one of those children that are like that you could fear. Like I can understand with my son's 6'4", like almost 300 and change. So there's
y'all need to stop feeding that nigga, dog.
Wow,
he's had enough.
He's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, you give a few years off of that. Lou Medic over on my Instagram, I had that up earlier. He said, I love Caitlin Clark. She actually looks like a girl. I have love for her too.
Angel Reese looks like a girl. Shut up.
I disagree with you on the last part. She looks like, one of the British dudes that's in Game of Thrones or in the Marvel world. And that has nothing to do with her game.
I think that's nothing to do with the game at all.
And I think she's hetero as well, so it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Like
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about in the feed. Angel looks like a girl. There's a lot of them look like a girl. Now there's some dykerific ass women in the WNBA, but the point is, I'm bringing it back to
the word. I mean, you made up.
Dykerific is absolutely a word. I looked it up in the Webster's Dyke Dictionary, and it said it.
Dictionary?
Yeah. And even though there's no dicks allowed in the dictionary.
I really don't think you're supposed to say this.
Well, but it's done. And there's nothing you can do, so pay the nurse on the way out. Sorry, your ass hurts. Listen, white people have become brave, and because they're scared of losing something they already own, which is society and everything in this society. And that's what's funny to me, how they try to act so tough, but yet he attacks a child. He tooth chips a child, and then acts outraged when someone says, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that."
11-year-old child.
But see, that's why when you say that, that is in the same form, I would say, as white privilege, because white privilege believes that. Like, I think we put this up before, where the guy that is pointing to this white man
and on the gun,
perhaps
should be reaching for his gun too at this point.
Right, and instead of the guy reaching for his gun,
he's like, "Hey, man, we're white." Tree has said, expecting a woman athlete to not look athletic might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard today. Hey, we never said we were the smartest two. We just said we're the two.
Right.
Savage AF, man, fuck your feelings, facts matter, guys.
And by the way, for everybody that made that comment,
LG says, true, Shang, fear is leading to barbaric behavior. I think there's always been a certain part of the population that has been, and I mean global population that has been barbaric. I think they're proven.
You think so? I think that there's countries where they actively are out there trying to make things better. I think America is embracing delusion and racism because they are so afraid of change, and they're afraid that we're going to do the same shit they did to us. Right. I bought a new watch and it just came in.
Hey, bling on them, dog. So we got about 15 more minutes, man. And speaking of delusional racism, I do want to get us into our next segment. And, you know, I'm going to lead us in with this, and then we'll talk about it on the other side. If
okay.
That's okay.
That makes sense.
Palestinians don't have to be saints in order to deserve the basic rights that all of us take for granted, right? Mfsw has said things that I disagree with. They made an anti-Semitic statement that they apologized for. The point is, when you go there, I say this as an American Jew. My children go to Jewish day school. I lead services in an Orthodox synagogue. Judaism is the center of my life. The first time I went to spend time with Palestinians in the West Bank, it was a shattering experience. The only thing I could imagine would be similar for American would be going to visit the Jim Crow South. When you see people living under the control of the state with no rights, they cannot become citizens. They cannot vote for the state that controls their lives. They do not have free movement. They need a pass to move from city to city. They live under a military legal system. The consequences are more brutal than we can imagine sitting here. So, do I agree with Mfsw? Of course not. I had a close friend who was killed in a suicide bombing. But Palestinians don't. You could have made the same argument if you went to visit SNCC and said, oh, they were connected with communists. Some of their people have made anti-white statements. The point is, what Ilhan Omar said is the most important point. People need to go and see for themselves. I've never seen anyone who's gone and seen for themselves and not been transformed by the experience.
Is that supposed to be new news?
Well, you know, not in that sense, but I did want to make that link between. I think he's very directly making a link between blackness in America.
Now, Pedro, you shut your mouth.
You like get your class now, shut your mouth, boy. You done had your time to sing your song.
Sorry. He
way down by the riverside, said way down.
He jumped in, man. There's nothing I could do. I couldn't stop him. You know why I couldn't stop him? Because he had paid so many people with the money he got from kickbacks from corporations, and they paid for the security. But no, I think
I think it is important because you know there are many global conflicts going on right now, right? There's still Russia, Ukraine.
You got to think about the Congo, how there's a genocide going on and nobody's talking about it as much because they're black people killing black people, but also black people being killed. And it's not our lives for some reason don't matter as much to talk about a global to talk about genocide.
And we see it in the Gaza Strip, right?
Right. It is genocide. People said it's not genocide, it's war. No. When you're shooting unarmed and just civilians, when you're saying that you need to wipe them off the planet, now don't get me wrong, Hamas said the same shit about Israel, but I think Hamas is more of a reaction to some of the, you know.
Also, we got to understand Hamas does not actually represent the majority of Palestinians in Gaza specifically, right? Like they
That's
won
not fair, all of them.
44% of the vote, right? So they got more votes than any other party, but it literally means that 56% of the voting population did
It's not
not
down
want
with it.
Hamas. They couldn't coalesce around,
But
one other
be-
group to get,
listen,
but
go ahead.
majority of Palestinians did not want Hamas.
Now, they didn't want Hamas, and they didn't want Hamas to do some of the things they've done. Do you think it's a racial thing? Because I always bring it back to race, because people say I always play the race card, and I like to play the race card because
That's what nigga poker is, you know what
right.
I'm saying?
I say that all the time. I don't have the deck,
Niggas
bitch.
poker.
You got the deck. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you think that it is a racial thing that basically Palestinians are brown and Israelite is people from Israel primarily white, that nobody gives a fuck about the Palestinians because of that? At least in America, there's patches of people that are down to see this stop, but a lot of the people on the right just see it as, they need to be wiped out.
So going back to one thing, I think you started off by saying like the majority of people in Israel are white.
Yes.
Right. So it's not just that. It's not just like inherently
It's religion. It's other.
No. It's the establishment of Israel as a state was about the migration of white European Jewish people to this Middle Eastern land portion.
And said it's theirs.
So when we talk about Israelis being white, we're talking about Europeans moving there and taking over land.
Right. And why can't what is it about
there's not even, I'm not even putting judgment on that in that statement. Right? I'm just saying, as far as I understand, that's what happened.
The United Nations,
white European Jewish people moved to the Middle East.
What is the use of the United Nations? Anybody in the feed or anybody on the IG? What is the use of the United Nations when you know that they are committing war crimes, flat out, unequivocally? This is the definition of war crimes, and yet there's nothing being done or said about it as much as in the media or in general. So that's number one.
It's like Justice League. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was a whole table, but really it was just like Batman and Superman ran that shit, nigga. And Wonder Woman.
Well, no, Wonder Woman. Yo, man, Martian Manhunter was gangster. No, you can't say that.
But they gave the Martian assignments. You know what I'm saying? Like, Batman always has some shit in his back pocket. First of all.
Oh no, he actually.
Man was trying to be just.
I just watched a new one. Batman took out the whole Justice League. They didn't realize he had a contingent for all of them.
Like, he didn't trust none of them motherfuckers.
He said he handed some spearmint gum to Superman. He said, "Spearmint, I like it." His way.
Kryptonite, nigga. Kryptonite.
This is my green gum. This is kryptonite. I mean, no, I know. I mean, but I'm saying to you,
I'm just saying that's what the United Nations.
I think it is a racial thing. I think the United Nations.
Friends.
They're do nothing. I think that the Americans don't understand when America gives money to Ukraine, which I think is a substantial amount that's beyond anything I could ever imagine. Billions and billions and billions. And the money they give to some of the money that's still sent to Israel, which was already a fucking power. They didn't need, it wasn't like they were broke. They're basically using that money to kill people. That's why some younger people are in America that are seeing Joe Biden and not wanting to vote for Joe Biden is because they feel like he is backing a genocide. And even when Joe Biden said, we're not sending you anymore, we stopped sending stuff over, we said we're not going to do it anymore, he's already...
There's shit on the way already.
Yeah, he's already done so much.
Like canceling an order that's been delivered.
Sorry, Pedro, your bullets are still at the door, so...
Treehead says the issue isn't Israelis being a white nation. It's that Palestinians are not white at all. To me, that sounds like two sides of the same coin. I think
a little bit.
I get what you're saying, Treehead, but the reality is, for me, that's how I understand these two things to work. Is they want a what? Again, what I'm saying is that European Jews were transplanted to Israel on top of brown people land, right? That's what we're talking about. So I think we're saying the same thing. Is just that like it actually is about being a white nation because these people are brown, and we can do that to brown people. I you know what I mean.
Get my notes.
Tria says Israel has a mix of people. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because certain people force themselves into the mix, and not that those elements weren't always there, but the ruling class has now forced itself into a mix in a way in which it rules. Unequivocally.
But no, when you see a lot of the stuff that's going on in Israel and the fact that people are judging Americans by it, I try to figure out what don't you figure out. When he gave the correlation between Jim Crow and how they treated black people here in this country, and how once we built stuff up, they would go in and kill everybody there and burn their houses down and take their property. Tulsa, Oklahoma, Tuskegee. There's what's the other area where they did that? It was Tulsa,
Rosewood,
right? So when you look at how America has gone about things, you could see the correlation between America and Israel and how Israel are treating the Palestinians. That there's literally places in the Gaza Strip where you can't walk. If you walk on the other side of the street, you need a pass, and if you don't give a pass, they can arrest you. Like literally just crossing the street. So, and I saw a couple of reports on that. So, what are we going to do about it? Absolutely nothing, because America has some kind of I don't know, either Israel has a P tape on America or something. The connection between Israel and America, and they're constantly giving them money.
Well, no, we know what it is. We've talked about it on here. It's they're a solidified ally in that region, in a region that is anti-American. You know what I mean? Like most of the Arab nations are not about Western culture and capitalism, right? Like they're basically on either monarchies or dictatorships, which we're working towards too, just in a completely different way, and semi less obvious. But yeah, the reality is our ties with Israel are to basically have a pit bull in your enemy's yard. You know what I mean? Like just to call it anything else, a rabid dog that's ready to fight and do whatever, bro.
I still feel like America doesn't care as much about brown countries and brown pain and genocide. And they're hypocrites. If you look at the pussy ass attitude of people that want to change the entire justice system because one man is in trouble, and one man was found guilty through the jury system that they always put up on a pedestal. And they say that one guy does it, and then all of a sudden the whole justice system is what? I don't know. I the people in the feed, you could tell me, but that's where my head's at. I think that is America has its allies, and it doesn't care about brown countries. That's why when Trump says it's a shithole country, and to try to act like America's doesn't have shit-tasticness is ridiculous.
I mean, in Washington, D.C. itself, you can find some hood-ass bullshit, right? Miyu says, and before we get out of here, we're going to wrap it up in a second.
Yeah.
Miyu says, that's where I'm a little confused. If the issue is with Israel, then why aren't more people protesting Israel or going to Israel to protest? It seems strange to me to protest so much in America. Yeah, I wouldn't advise anybody go to a hot contested sort of war zone just to protest. But Miyu, What I do think we need to realize is that there is a difference between, at least what I've come to understand, there's a difference between the state of Israel and the Israeli government, specifically Benjamin
right.
Netanyahu's government.
Also, let me be clear. I don't think all Jewish people are the devil and
No,
evil.
none of us think
But
that.
at the same time,
but that's not even. If somebody wants to suggest that, like, go suck a fire hydrant's whole dick while
damn.
really
Well,
yeah, like, in the middle of fire.
I like it. I'm gonna tell you something. I like it when Pedro just says, "What line? What line? What line?" I ain't step over shit.
Come on, bro.
But no, I just think.
But realistically, it's just I just want to say that, like, there's a difference between the state of Israel and its right to exist and the way that Netanyahu, as an administration and a governor of this administration of this state, is performing. And I think ultimately that's what we're really talking about right now. Is like,
right.
Benjamin Netanyahu has been a very, very poor prime minister,
and they want him to go
his whole career, but also post October 7th, 2023.
They want him to leave, but the reason he's keeping this going is so he can stay there. And that is just like with Trump. Trump is the only reason Trump, and by the way, this is something that I feel deeply, and if anybody in the feed doesn't agree with me, well, this is for you. Trump sucks. If you like Trump, you suck too.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. And what does you say? Or at least very least divest from Israel companies, similar to how we protested South African apartheid. It wouldn't work because they're too entrenched. They're too entrenched.
I mean, at the bare minimum, I'm gonna just go a little bit, or be more specific with you, Miyu, is just like, like divest from the Netanyahu administration.
Right. But we're not going to do that.
Give him any more money.
Joe Biden, well, Trump is just a fucking loon. But Joe Biden had said that we are going to stand with you no matter what. Same thing he said pertaining to Ukraine. So those billions of dollars are going to keep flowing into both of these places. And we ain't going to have no fucking streets really fixed up, or we're going to run out of money. Well, we ain't run out of money because we just print it when we need it. These fucking liars.
Concept.
Yeah. They ain't, come on. You just feel like they print it when they need it. But I think that before we get up out of here, I just want to say, America, your white privilege been showing. I know that every time you pull up your slip, you see it.
We seen it.
Yeah, and I just feel like, I just feel like right now in this country, when you look at how people respond to the Palestinian plight, I wanted to see if I could get that out, and I did it. Yeah, Palestinian plight. I don't think people give a fuck about it as much, especially Caucasians or rice heathens. They have a tendency to care about how can we get power and how can we subjugate people that are of color in this country, and that's the fact. Jack, make a new plan, man. Don't be coy.
I see Angelia Smart, Pookie Did It, Stella Fox, Jonathan Sandowski, Reginald Stalling. Thank y'all for joining us, man. But we gotta bounce.
We gotta bounce. If y'all get a chance, you happen to be in the Bay Area, please. Do me a favor. I'm gonna be at Tommy T's this Thursday. Tommy T's in Pleasanton, California. I don't know. I think I deleted the flyer. But if you get a chance, come out to. Oh no, I didn't. Did I? I wanna be your lover. I wanna be the only one that makes you come running. All right, so
that's my favorite Prince song, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
That's it. Oh, you like? Oh, yeah, that's a good song.
Hey, that brother conquered all genres, man.
That song's a fun
disco,
song.
rock, R&B.
Come to the show.
Whatever Purple Rain was.
Make sure you come to the show. It's a gospel rock anthem. Come to the show. It's 8:00 Thursday night at the Tommy T's Comedy Club in Pleasanton, California. and I hope to see
area.
so I hope to see you there, and then I'll let you know about other shows coming up. El Paso, Texas. We got me and Pedro going to be doing Malibu. We're going to be doing the Yamaba Casino in Highland, California. A lot of shows coming up, so please come out and support, because without you, we just do dudes standing on the mic. And we thank y'all for following us on this platform and all the other platforms. And YT Johnson, thank you for your insightful fuckery. And I wish you.
I hope you fall on a rhinoceros horn.
Yes.
Ass first.
I wish you. I wish you pain while you pee. Pain while you pee.
May all your urine be red.
Yes.
Savage AF, man. Fucking.
We out of here,
guys. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. In the meantime, in between time. Yeah, there you go. Stay black if you are black. Do not be black if you are not black. Keep your finger out your nose.